Hey, good morning guys, it's Andy from Motos, Cades, and Coffee, and we're here to talk about if the Royal Enfield Bullet 500 is a good commuter motorcycle for American highways, byways, side roads. Can you carry enough? Is it comfortable enough? How's the suspension, the handling? Is it agile enough?
You're not going, once you get up, whoa, look at that agile.
Is it a good commuter motorcycle, and what kind of miles per gallon will it get you? If you didn't happen to see, I just got a 1994 Royal Enfield Bullet 500 with 900 miles. Take a look in the description and I'll put a link of me picking up the motorcycle. And I've just been trying it out in all different roads and environments. Before we get into the video, I gotta let you know my microphone went out during the ride, so I've ordered new equipment. I've had to piece together 4 or 5 different sections, and we'll make the best video we can. So let's get right into it.
Welcome to Motos, Cades, and Coffee.
Hey, good morning guys, it's Andy from Motos, Cades, and Coffee. Today, I'm gonna take my 2004 Royal Enfield Bullet. I'm gonna take it commuting to work. I'm gonna go see if it's a good commuting vehicle. 500 cc's, about 22 to 24 horsepower, 4-speed, bias-ply tires, drum brakes all around. So we're gonna get going, see how it commutes on American roads. It's about 55 degrees out, or 56, so about 12, 13 degrees Celsius. So we're gonna head out the door and see what it's like to commute on this motorcycle. We're gonna go ahead and do the kickstart procedure in the morning to show you how it starts. So let me roll it out.
Right off the bat, it does have a little bit of storage. That's good. Air cooled, not much heat when you ride. I can tell you that's a fact. 19-inch front and rear tires. Does have 2 seats. If you ever need to have anybody or put something on the back, you can do that. Let's talk about seating position. It feels great. Got really nice hand position. I'm 5'9.5", and it feels really, really good. On the right hand side, you have start and stop, lights on and off, and your starter button. Left hand side, you have your decompression, high beam, low beam, turn signals, horn, and flasher. Clutch left, brake right, throttle. Little known fact, these are Suzuki hand controls. In the dash, you have your key, ammeter, which we'll talk about. You use that mostly for starting, believe it or not. Your speedometer. You have your trip meter. Well, not trip meter. You have your total miles. And you have your miles per hour or your speed in miles per hour, and then in kilometers. And you also have your turn signal lights, neutral light, and high beam, low beam. Let's turn on so you can see. Ammeter goes on, lights on. It's really hard to see. I am in neutral, but it's really hard to see. Turn signals. We have the fuel on. We will try it with choke on. Choke down. I'm not even going to give gas right now. What you can do is you watch your ammeter and you go down right there. That's top dead center when it jumps up. Alright, so neutral, and alright, didn't go that time. Go to top dead center and it's stuck, so you have to decompression release, and it jumped up, and now start again. There we go. Alright, easy to start, right? I can flat foot on the ground. The bike does like to warm up and choke. And so there is my knee position on the ground. It's very nicely bent a little bit in front of me. And there's the shifter. The right side's a little more awkward because you have the Kickstarter there in the way, and you have the brake pedal, and you don't want to put your foot all the way here because it will be right in the brake pedal. I'll talk about the shifter, and this is going to be interesting. So normally you can see on my foot there, I have a little pad for shifter, and normally you shift here, but with this motorcycle I have to really crank my foot under there and get it all the way closer to my laces. And I'll talk about why that is in a bit. Alright, so we're going to go for a little spin, and we'll tell you how the bike is as a commuter. Alright, one more thing about, let's talk about seating position and comfort. So the arm position was great, we talked about. The leg position was really good. You do not have any wind protection. That's okay, because you're not going that fast anyway. And you can hear me rev the engine. That's just because it doesn't, until it gets warm, it does like to have the choke on, and it does not like to stay running great without a little bit of hand throttle. But with the choke on, there's not much stumbles. Alright, so you see that, right? So I go right off the bat, it's probably 55, 56 degrees out, 12, 13 degrees Celsius, 55, 56 Fahrenheit. Alright. And you can hear the thump, thump, thump of the engine. Let's see if it stays running. Yep, stays running. Alright, so the choke's off. And as soon as the choke goes off, it will stay running really easily. But you might have some pops and kicks just running it. And I actually started in second gear there, I think. Whoops. Alright, and there's third gear and fourth gear. Alright. The suspension is actually pretty decent. It goes over the bumps really nicely. I've had other bullets. I've had another 2004 bullet, which you can see. I'll put a link up here in one of the corners here, and you can see what I thought of that one. This one does not feel as solid or as slow to turn. The suspension's a little bit more bouncy than that one, but it's still pretty decent. What the trade-off is that this bike has some very, very good agility. I don't know why that is, but this bike is very agile compared to my last bullet.
It's right here where you can tell it's starting to get cracks and pops. So I'm going to just talk over a little bit and let you know that together with the little more agile suspension and not going so fast, you can go around the bumps, and it kind of makes a little fun game where you can use micro maneuvers to go around bumps, which is kind of cool. Now I'm looking at the top speed here. It's about 62 miles an hour or about 100 kilometers an hour. I won't say very top speed, but at the top speed where you want to go. I don't think that's not on purpose. I think that's on purpose. I think that way you could claim a 0 to 60 or 0 to 62 miles per hour. And again, I kept wanting for a fourth gear. And what you would notice is that there's a lot of cars passing you on the left, and your top speed again is about 62, maybe 70 if you're really pushing it, but you don't want to go faster than that. I kept wishing for a fifth gear. The average highway speed on American highways is about 70 to 80 miles per hour, about 125 to 135 kilometers an hour. So cars are just passing you left and right, mainly on the left in the States. So you got to leave yourself a lot of room to maneuver and to get out of the way of things. And you have to use the mirrors quite a bit. The mirrors are really good. They stick out far and there was no vibration. But you use the mirrors to plan your maneuvers if you have to change lanes, especially in the left lane more than the right. But that's what you do. And the brakes leave a lot to be desired as well too, because they're both front drum and rear. You have to really use the rear quite a bit more than normal, and use them together with downshifting to really plan for your braking maneuvers. Vibrations. There are a lot of vibrations. At that 60, 62 miles an hour, you feel the vibrations in the foot pegs. And you feel them in the handlebar a little bit more. You kind of feel them in the rear seat, but because it is sprung, it doesn't create that much vibration. So in the end, it's going to get old after about 15 minutes of the cars passing you, the top speed being pretty slow, and
the vibration, really feeling it in the foot pegs and a little bit in the handlebar. Your ammeter is going all over the place there. You can see that, but that's kind of what you feel when you are commuting on the Enfield on American highways. It doesn't have a, let's talk about getting up to speed too. It doesn't have a lot of power to get up to speed, but it does have a lot of torque for its size, and that's really cool because you can stay in a higher gear than what you really want and just let the torque pull you up. So in slow to medium speeds, you can get up around and accelerate pretty quick, but you're not going, once you get up, whoa, look at that agile. All right, so you can get up pretty quick, but once you get up to speed, you cannot go much faster than 60, 65 miles an hour. Okay, it's getting a little darker out, so we'll be able to see the lights a little better. So let's get back home. I'll say on the little back roads, the little commuter roads, that is probably the best use of this machine. All right, so I'm on my side roads here. I hope I'm recording. And I got off and it says yield, and this is where it's not great because I just don't want to get run over. Normally I would have gone ahead of her, but I didn't want to wait. All right, so side roads, about 50 miles an hour, 80 some kilometers an hour. Feels good. Agility's still great at any speed. Like, it's really nice. And this handlebar position makes it really flickable for a standard. It's not sport bike quick, but it's definitely flickable. Not as flickable as a Meteor 350, but flickable enough. Again, letting that torque just pull you up. And that's really nice. And see, those micro maneuvers to avoid some of the bumps and jumps and potholes and stuff. Let's see if I get a motorcycle wave. I will do it. Yes, I did. All right. Holy cow. So again, if you're going on these small side roads, it's really nice. Agility and the twisting, it's really easy. Ooh, I just scraped. Not dramatic, but you can feel it. But boy, is this fun to ride on these small little roads. And a roundabout, we're good, we're good, we're good. Doo-doo-doo. Letting that torque pull you out, keeping it in a higher gear, letting the agility play around. Yes, so this is fun. Okay, time to fill up with gas. I'm going to change hands here. Okay, one-handed, sorry about that. Let's see what kind of fuel we get. It was full when I started. Went 42 miles. Okay. That is full. 42 miles for a grand total of 0.855 gallons. Let me do public math. Stand by. Well, guys, take this off. So, Royal Enfield Bullet 500, 24 horsepower, 60 mile an hour about average, 49, 50 miles per gallon. Can you commute on it? Yeah. Highways are not great, but you can go around the bumps, but you're gonna get past, you get a little vibration. If you got the chance to go a little more back road action, it's absolutely a great commuter. It's a lot of fun. This one's a little more agile. The 4-speed is a little bit harder to shift, but it's still a very fun bike, classic looking, gets a lot of looks.
So that's gonna do it for me. Please like and subscribe. Drop a comment below what questions you have about commuting, and we'll answer those. We'll catch you in the next episode.